Hi, I'm back again talking about the table saw that I reviewed in a previous video. I noticed that some people had been complaining about the fact that the saw blade was not perpendicular to the rip fence or whatever. I'm not sure what they were saying. But what I did on my particular saw is I put a tape from the blade to the crosscut adapter slot, and when I go over to the blade, you can see the center of the blade is spot on at 6.5 inches. If I go over to the other side and I move the blade again over here, the blade is again 6.5 inches spot on from the slot. So the and the blade is clearly not bent. Okay. With that said, I wanted to rip a piece of, in my case, hardy panel, and so I moved the rip fence in. And this is how I found this. I wanted to cut it at 5 inches wide. So I want to put the right hand. The part to be cut is right here. The part that I want to use is right here. The rest of it's going to be over here. So I'm going to move the rip fence to where the right hand edge of the blade is at 5 inches. All right, for the sake of this video, let's call that, let's move it just a little bit. All right, let's call it that. All right, so the first thing I notice is that if I, so it's correct right here at the rip fence. So I happen to notice, coincidentally, that it's right on the edge of the slot. So if I move the rip fence up here at this end to where it is, so there's about the same amount of overhang. Where's my finger? All right, go move it just a little bit farther. And I wouldn't normally do it this way, but I mean, I'd usually measure it. But it's hard to do that with a phone in my hand. All right, so that should be 5 inches. Okay, we're going to go back here. That's 5 inches. Go back to the blade on the other side of the blade. Again. And it's 5 inches. So everything's looking good. Now all I have to do is push down the cam lock and life's going to be good. Except that over here where the blade, where originally it was 5 inches, it's still about 5 inches. And over here, it's about a 32nd off. Okay, so it's spot on 5 right there. And it's wide of the mark here. Now, as I said in the video before, this is not a $2,500 table saw. So it's about might be a 64th of an inch off. All right, if we look over here, and you can see the gaps widening, or the area. This is the slot. This is the shoulder. So here it's wider than it is here. by a little bit. To my eye, not looking through the phone, it's pretty obvious. So I'm going to take the rip fence off and show you what I found. I'm inverting the rip fence. Here's the underside of it. And what you see, I guess I should have done it horizontally, is that these shoulders bear against this. When you pull the cam lock down, this thing pulls in and tightens it against the table. And it tightens it against the table on the far end and against these nylon pieces on the near end. And so what's clearly happening is that these two nylon pieces are not parallel to the table. I mean, that they're not exactly, a line drawn from here through here is not exactly perpendicular to the rip fence. So what I'm going to do is take these off and machine a new piece that is going to be perpendicular. And what that should produce is a rip fence that is true to the blade. So that's all I have to say about that.